opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome, everyone, to Allegiant Stadium. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game, right? Any edge that you could create. But now, well, now it's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Allen taken right to the air. On the move, headed right. Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 30 yards on that one. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Allen setting up play action. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Caught near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
He gets another shot here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Seahawks start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays. But when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Got first down from the 31. Willis looking to throw. He's got Smith. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd down carry for Jones. Jukes one defender. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for Raiders first.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be second down. Willis buying some time left. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This finds Smith. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders finish off their opening drive. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, okay? You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Fights off the pressure. Escapes the pocket. On the run right, throwing deep down the center. That's complete inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They've got a first to begin the frame. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Allen. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly...
Oh, they got it! Intercepted along the goal line! And the Raiders take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Tight end going in motion here. Here's Willis. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively. That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
To the air, 3rd and long. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders looking like they'll have to punt. 3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. They're going for this. That's cut beyond the marker. The 50. 30. The 10. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders get some late points and the lead. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. Well, that right there, Brock is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments? I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-linemen. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down throw for Allen. Avoid some trouble there. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Allen to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks earn the chance to tie it before halftime. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks tie things up at 14. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going play action. Buying some time right. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
2nd and 4. Complete here to Bowers. And he got this close to midfield before going out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Got a man. Bowers has it. They drop it with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot. 2nd and 3 now. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg for him. He rolls to his right. Locates Jefferson along the sideline. Complete. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Jones trying the left side. Escapes a defender. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 1st down from the red zone. This one's caught. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's got it. He has the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Allen setting up play action. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that 1st down. It's no good. Oh, his aim was up on that shorty, Brock, and it hits the right upright. And the depth...
EA Sports and the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We're getting set for kickoff in here. Partner, I'm really focused on the start of this game. Both teams emphasize what happens here right at the jump.
And that's why that so many of these teams spend so much time all week, Mike, on what they call their opening script. It's not just a series of plays that they like and they just kind of throw darts at the wall. It's how do you unmask the defense? How do you set up future plays and future possessions as the game unfolds? So much time and energy is spent on these first couple drives. I'm with you. I'm excited to see how do they come out, how aggressive, and where do they think the weaknesses of their opponent lie.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Johnson. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Throwing, Willis. This one down the field for Freiermuth. He's got it! And he will score! Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
To throw is Willis. That's to the right side and incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And 3rd down coming up. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Oh, he tried to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. Into space, to the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Steelers. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Johnson now to return. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Willis. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop. Gets in to bring him down. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That is intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal. They'll run it here with Jones. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Willis now to throw. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Vegas. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Johnson now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. At the 36-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. On the ground now with Jones. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. They'll run the toss here with Jones. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. Now, faking the give. He'll get rid of it and complete it. Less than 2 minutes to play in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he will score. Touchdown, Raiders. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Carlson now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Raiders will take a 21-7 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Johnson now to return. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Willis. A pass taken in by Johnson. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And he's going to bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. To throw, here's Willis. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Man in motion is Smith. Willis. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Willis. A hit as he threw. The pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Throwing is Willis. He's got his man. It's Smith. He's to the 15. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag down into the play, backed by the quarterback. Let's see. What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. They look to run with Jones. And he will score again. Touchdown, Las Vegas. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already.
Makes the score Raiders 28, Steelers 14. Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Johnson now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Willis now to throw. This one down the field for Freiermuth. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Pistol snap to Willis. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. Johnson now to return. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They run it once more with Jones. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. Slot man in motion right. Willis to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
So you have to imagine this offense goes in at halftime. They're feeling pretty good about the position they are, especially knowing they possess the ball coming out for the second half. You want to put together a great drive and add to the lead. No time to be conservative, no time to just sit on this ball and punt. You want to keep the pressure on the defense and score every time you get it.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Let's go now.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Throwing now on first and 10. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. It's one of the best ever, Patrick Peterson. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Here comes the screen to Jones. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Taking off. After the catch, he goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Vegas. Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will extend this third quarter lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10. Throwing, Willis. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. To throw is Willis. This one down the field for Freiermuth. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
19, Tiger, 19. Here we go. Ready.
Back to the air one more time. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they'll walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, the struggles continue. And now he loses the football.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
Now Willis. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Willis now to throw. Now he'll run.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game?
To the end zone, it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And the Raiders are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. And And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That's incomplete. Daring Hall on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs. They'll run with Johnson. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now here's 2nd and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Steelers. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. To the right side, this is Jones. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Up the middle, here's Jones. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. This one all but over. Here's 3rd down. The tight end going in motion to the left. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down. They'll drop to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. This is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Johnson now to return. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Throwing, Willis. Off he goes. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.